Hello everyone, Dovalt here, and welcome back to the channel with another episode and another review, this time with the special Dark Edition of Grand Blue Leon. The previous figures we reviewed on this channel with Blue Cup or Blue Star and Blyon. Now, real quick, I want to let you know, sorry for this review being much later than originally planned. My central AC went out at my place, so this room is super hot, so my camera will be prone to overheating. So this might be done in multiple takes, unlike my previous videos, which I've almost done exclusively in one take. So I might have to break this one up. Now, this is going to be a relatively straightforward review. Since we've already seen the transformation for these figures, their size comparisons, we're just going to be looking about what is different with this one from the original. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into this. If you enjoy this type of content, please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon below to know when I upload new stuff, and check out my other content here on the channel. And if you really want to support the channel, check out my main gaming channel, Dovalt Gaming. It would mean a lot if you join me over there. Although the channel is a little bit on hiatus because of the same AC overheating problem, but in the meantime, just pick something, watch it. It'll really help me out. I'm kind of desperate, guys. The channel has been abandoned by the algorithm, so anything helps. Anyway, let's get into this review. And as always, this figure was brought to you from Korea Hub US over on eBay. He is a great seller that helped me get this guy in early. I was hoping to get this review out first, but unfortunately my AC breaking allowed other people to beat me to it on this one. But without further ado, let's look at the box here. So, you get both figures in this amazingly huge box. It barely fits in frame on my camera here. I have to like really reach to get it, touch it because the camera is so far away. But we get a good image of the combined Grand Blue Leon here, or Dark Blue Leon, whatever you want to call him here. Lots of gold leafing on the lettering here. Super shiny, very sexy box. With the metal Cardbot logo up here as well, if the camera can catch that. Super cool. Nice silhouette of the figure in the background with his glowing red eyes. And of course, all over the box, you have various product shots of the figure from various different angles. Also with that nice gold leafing on the box. You got your product info on the side that I can't read because that's not in English. And you have more shots of the box and the figure over on this side. Boy, this barely fits on camera. And on the back here, you have a full shot of the figure. I do not know if I can get all of this on camera at all. But you get a full shot of the figure there, fully put together with both the original figures there on the side. Super cool, and as always, this one also has the gold leafing on this side. I don't know if the camera will be able to pick it up at all. Yeah, you got the gold leafing there on the chest as well, so this is just a really nice box. So far, Metal Cardbot has never failed with their box art. And here you have some obligatory product shots in the various modes. And he does work with the figure I am yet to review on this channel, but the Ignix set, which is a metal card that turns into an animal companion for the original Grand Blue Leon. But yeah, that is the package. So let's quickly get into everything this comes with and compare it to the original. Alright guys, so in this set, you of course get Blyon done in this amazing black and gold here. We'll take a look at him in a moment. Then you get in that same black and gold Blue Cop as well, looking not looking so blue anymore. Of course, you get the metal cards, which I have separated here to show you guys. Done in black and gold this time, with black and white for the art. And of course you get the metal cards themselves, which are the same as the originals, but once again done in black and gold. And that is everything that comes in the box. It is exactly the same as the originals, just of course in one box rather than two. And I gotta say, these things already look awesome. I actually prefer them over the original color scheme, especially in combined mode. I'm honestly not sure if I will be keeping both. It's a lot of figure to keep a hold of, and I'm running out of room to store these guys, so I may end up just keeping this version. So, let's do a quick close-up of these guys here, and take a look at all of their accessories compared to the originals. But first up, we have Blue Cop here, done in this amazing gunmetal gray that is in fact metallic. Don't know if it comes out on camera. This nice glossy black. The red lights have been replaced with this nice translucent blue, and the blue eyes are now with this nice reflective metallic crimson. And pretty much all of the colors have just been, like, as far as the highlights, have just been color swapped. It's really cool. So before we take a look at Blyon, let's see how he compares to the original. So here is the original Blue Cop. As you can see, very different, and as you can see, the colors of, like, the lights have swapped from red to blue, eyes blue to red, so on and so forth, and this just looks great. But yeah, other than that, not too much has changed. The gunmetal does add a little extra detailing in certain areas that would normally be solid black. They are now gunmetal. Compared to this being just solid white here on the toe. Although I guess there is a little bit of color breakup with the black on white there. But yeah, this guy just looks really cool. It doesn't even look like a cop car anymore, though. Unless it's like a cop car Decepticon, like Blockade. But yeah, that is how those two compare in vehicle mode together. And then for Blyon here, let's take a quick look at him. And of course, he's got the same crimson metallic eyes, which actually makes the eyes far less distracting. I like the way they do the villain characters and their eyes. But now you have this nice solid black. All of the yellow, green, and white accents have all been done exclusively in metallic gold now. And he just looks super cool. And once again, the red lights have been replaced with blue. And now with this gold accenting, this thing stands out way less and looks more like a solid piece of the vehicle. Although the windows are far less visible now because everything is black, but still, that's really cool. It would have been cool if they had a little more color breakup here to make that stand a little bit more, but I actually really prefer this vehicle over the original. So let's bring in that original, though, and see how they compare. Get over here. Whew. By the way, guys, it is stupid hot in here. It's like 87 degrees in my office, so boy am I toasty. So here we have the two of them compared to each other. They're kind of big, so kind of hard for me to get them both on camera here. But yeah, as you can tell, the red eyes stand out far less, but they are way more menacing. Very neat looking. Things that are gold already on the original do stay gold on this version. Here you can see how these two compare. You got the red, white, and yellow, whereas this one is just black and gold, creating a much more coherent and uniform look. But as you can see here with the color breakup I was talking about, there's way less color breakup at the front specifically. It would have been cool if they had found a way to give more of a metallic gloss to maybe the windshields, or added some other accenting to make it look even more evil. But here you have them for comparison. Now, of course, before we get into transformations or anything like that, let us look at their accessories compared to each other. Alright, so let's bring in their metal cards first. So here we have the original Blyon card and the new one. As you can see, everything has been replaced with black, and anything silver has turned to gold. And then the art itself is identical, just done in black and white. It would have been cool to actually see this art in these colors. That would have been awesome, but it's still pretty cool to see this art in black and white. And for the accessory itself, let's get this thing transformed up so we can really see the difference. I'm going to re-record that one line. Now, as for the metal card itself, this is how it looks compared to the original. Now we have this nice black and gold lion. The silver accents remain the same, as do the gold. But the blue eyes have been switched out with red. There is less color breakup on the nose. I do wish they would have put some gunmetal accenting there to make it stand out like the original. But the real standout here is the blade for me. So this one is white and black with some green accents. This one is a nice metallic gunmetal and black with nice gold inlay. Really brings it together for me. I really like this look quite a bit. But that is how those compare together. Now let's bring in Blue Cop's metal card. Now for Blue Cop's metal card, as you can see, it does the same treatment, goes from the blue to black, the silver turns to gold, and the picture on the back is black and white. And once again, would have been cool to see it in this colors, but that is all right. Now, as for the metal cards for Blue Cop, here we have the comparison of the original. The cannon itself is identical. The white has been replaced with the gunmetal, which I do wish they would have done with the black nose on the other one, but that's okay. Anything white has been replaced with gunmetal. All the silver has been replaced with gold in this case, all of it. I'm actually surprised they didn't keep silver here to make it match the other gauntlet, but whatever choice they wanted to make. And as you see, the red for the police lights have been replaced with the blue. But that is how those compare. And for the chest piece section, the majority of it is exactly the same, except for what will be his chest armor or the crotch piece in combined mode. White has been replaced with gunmetal as before, gold has stayed exactly the same, and the blue has gone to black. Now that is everything that comes with these guys and how they compare to the originals. So now let's get these guys into robot form and compare them to the originals as well. Alright guys, and here we have the figures in their robot modes, and they look awesome. This color scheme looks so good on them. I don't know if it's coming through on camera. I'm not actually, now that I think about it, I have not reviewed any figures that are just like solid black like this, so my lighting might not be capturing it perfectly, but let's take a quick look with Blue Cop first. And yeah, this black, gunmetal, gold, and blue look is really cool. All the detailing is the same as the original figure, just in a different color, of course. But because he's all one solid color for the most part, it looks like he cleans up a little bit better. Now, my only complaint is that because his eyes are red and his entire faceplate is black, not only will my camera not focus on it, but you can hardly see his eyes unless you look like really close. But as you can see, the red has been replaced with blue there on his antenna. But he does look really sweet. Of course, articulation is the same, posability is the same, so we're not really going to go over that. But let's take a quick look at him compared to the original. So here he is next to the original Blue Cop. And I gotta say, I do like this color scheme much more. But, of course, with this guy, you can definitely tell he is a cop. But yeah, they look really good together. Definitely like a Link and Dark Link situation going on here. But as you can see, like the blue is red on the original, the red is blue on the original, like on the headlights and all that kind of stuff. But it is pretty much the same figure in every way, other than, you know, being evil. Now let's take a quick look at Blion. And I think I will be keeping this version of the figure because the color just looks so much better in combined mode because it's all very uniform. But here we have Bly on here looking at that head sculpt now done in black, gunmetal, and gold. And unlike Blue Cop, his eyes are sharp. They really stand out. I might add some gold accenting to my Blue Cop to make him stand out more. But you can see the red is now black. All those different colored accents are all now all gold. Really cool. I do like the gunmetal, gold, and silver combination there on the thighs. Looks great. I do like how they still managed to like break up the details on the figure with all of these golden lining panel lines. I do wish this plastic worked with my panel lighting markers because I love to panel line my figures, and unfortunately they don't work on shiny glossy plastic. But as you can see, the sirens, which I forgot to mention in vehicle mode, are also blue. The eyes on the shoulders are far less distracting with this crimson color. And now that everything has this black gold aesthetic, this piece back here doesn't stand out nearly as much. And it looks really cool. And I did forget to mention that these tiny little details in here that were blue on the original are red on this one. But yeah, really, really freaking cool. Now let's bring him in next to his original counterpart as well, just so you can compare their colors. So you have a firefighter and his goth cousin, you know. Almost looks like, you know, where there's smoke, there's fire. But this is how these two look together. I don't know if I can get both their heads on screen here. Yeah, not too much to compare, but as I said, the eye is way less distracting on this one. And all of the coloring on the sticker, because this piece is a sticker or a printed sticker, is way nicer on this guy because it's all like this softer metallic instead of this bright like neon hazard yellow. But yeah, just freaking dope. Not too much else to compare. As I said in the Blue Cop side, articulation is exactly the same, so nothing new there. But yeah, just great. Awesome. I really, actually, I think I prefer this color scheme a lot. I've probably said that by now, but I love this color scheme a lot. Now, let's bring in their accessories and see how they look with their accessories equipped. Starting with Blue Cop. Alright, and here we have the Dark Edition of Blue Cop here with his super mode. And it looks dope as hell. It looks slightly less ridiculous in this color scheme. I don't know why, if it's just the difference in color breakup or the fact that it's, you know, just all this nice solid black that makes him look a little slimmer. So his cannon arm here does not look anywhere near as crazy as it did before. But yeah, there we have him with his super parts on. And of course, unfortunately, this whole big black assembly here makes it even harder to see his eyes because there's not that contrast with that gunmetal beneath. So yeah, it might be worth putting a little extra paint on his face if you're able to do that yourself. But that is him in his super mode. Alright, and here we have Dark Edition Blyon with his gauntlet on there. Oh, just that. There we go. Looking cool as hell. And yeah, that is what they look like with their weapons equipped. And yeah, they just look so good. This box set is definitely worth it. You actually do save a little bit of money over buying the individual original ones. But yeah, this just looks badass. Now, without further ado, I say we get into the combination. Not too much special to talk about these guys other than their amazing color scheme. So let's get them into combined mode and see how they look next to the combined original figure. See you there. Alright, here we have the Dark Edition of Grand Blue Leon, fully combined into his Grand Blue Leon Gestalt form. And holy crap, he looks really cool. Let's get right in here and take a quick look at him. Now, as you can tell, my one complaint I had with Blue Cop does carry over here. His face is so dark, you cannot make out his face. That is my one complaint. They really could have used something to break up the color there to make the eyes stand out more, but other than that, it still looks really cool. So let's take a quick look at the details here. I really, really love this black and gold theming they have going on here. That is like my favorite like color combination for like armor and stuff, is black with gold inlays. And just as I mentioned before, the eyes are way less distracting here with the nice red here on the antenna. All the translucent red has been replaced with translucent blue in this form as well. Being all one solid color, it looks like this could just be one robot rather than two. And man, he looks just so dope. There's not much I can say about the figure other than the colors look cool. That's really all I got going on here. But of course, articulation is exactly the same, transformation is exactly the same. It's just a different coat of paint that really brings it all together for me, at least. That's what the back of the legs look like. But yeah, it definitely looks like one solid figure rather than two. Now let me bring in his light side counterpart here, if I can reach them. This is really hard to do on camera because both these guys are very large. And here they are together. If I can get them both on camera here. And yes, they look great. Now, I will say that the original Grand Blue Leon definitely has much more of a Gundam look to him with the cool color separation and stuff, but you can clearly tell it is two different vehicles put together. But this guy over here looks like one just coherent bot, and I really like that. So I can't decide necessarily which one I like more overall. I do like the colors of this one better, but this one, the details do pop a little more because of the different color separation. But other than that, they are identical in every way, so I do not know which one I like more. And we're not going to do any size comparisons, because we already know what their size looks like compared to some other figures, since we did that in my previous review of this guy. But I just figured I'd give you a quick rundown of this alternate color scheme and just what it comes with, because this is a box set, whereas this is two separate purchases you need to make. So this one does come out a little cheaper, but he's a limited run, so it may be hard for you to get some. However, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I picked this figure up over at Korea Hub US. If you're in the US, this is a good place to get it. He does pretty good deals. He ships stupid fast. This guy arrived in under 3 days from the time that I ordered him, and he gives you some pretty good deals. So I definitely recommend you pick this figure up there if you want it. He does carry the originals as well. That is where I got them from. And yeah. That's pretty much all I got for you guys today in regards to this review. It was just a quick recolor. I did something similar back when I reviewed the Mecha Invasion Devastator. So I just figured I'd do it here because I just could not pass up on this awesome color scheme. I heard that the upcoming Tyrant Zero, which should be my next review, we'll see. Might be getting that next week. I've already heard that there are rumors that he's also going to get a Dark Edition treatment, and if he does, I've seen what that might look like. I will not hesitate to pick that thing up. I don't care how much it costs. I'll sell my liver. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this type of content, please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon and know uploaded stuff, and check out my other content here on the channel, as well as my main channel if you really want to help me out and get more figures like this. And on that main channel, I also have links to W Energy in the description of my videos if you want to get some energy drinks and help out the channel as well. And support my main channel if you really want me to be able to afford new figures like this to review for these guys. Now, at the start of this video, I mentioned my air conditioner's out, so reviews and videos have been very slow. It is now fixed, so I just gotta get everything back in order and up and running again, and I will be streaming on my main channel again shortly. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been Dovault. I'll see you in the next review. Dovault out.